What's up, everybody? This is Darksinne. I'm going to be casting some Heart of the Swarm action between, yes, that's right, you are seeing this correctly, myself and a air penguin, a certain air penguin. I don't know if air is his tag or something, if maybe he wants to be considered part of the air clan. Myself, however, am just going to be Darksinne for today. Yeah, here we go, guys. It's been a while since I've cast one of my own games. I'm not gonna lie to you, this game was played very quickly. You can see on the screen right away that the reason for why I'm playing this game very quickly is because I needed to take a bio break, and unfortunately it hit me as I started the match, and I'm not one to leave a match early, guys. I don't think I've ever done that before, at least not on purpose. I'm quite serious about staying in all of the games. Let's get the production tab up so you guys can see exactly when my pylon is going to be finishing, and you can see that it is finishing a little bit later than Air Penguins, and that's not a bad thing because, you know, as I said, I want the game to end early, so win or lose, I was going to take it as it was, because stuff really needed to happen real fast. But yeah, I wanted to try something that I haven't done in a while. It's something that I've been seeing some of the players doing. Some of the players that I watch have been doing. One of the players that I do watch is Panda Tank, and it may not be exactly the same as his build, but I am taking elements of it and I'm adapting them to my own particular playstyle. Because obviously, you know, he is, as a Master League player, the last time that I saw him, he's obviously got a lot more actions per second than I do, actions per minute. In fact, if you want to be so bold as to say actions per minute instead of actions per second, but yeah, you can go ahead. Air Penguin is going to be scouting down at the bottom, even though he saw my probe coming in from the top. But I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that he wasn't, you know, paying 100% attention to my movements, which is fair to do in Silver League, because I'm still in Silver League, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. For some of you who don't know, I'm out of Bronze League. I am so over Bronze League, it's not even funny. But I'm going to go ahead and drop my pylon up here in the front, and he's just going to be scouting if there's any sort of enemy movement, because I want to know, I want to be ready, I want to be prepared. If you don't want to be prepared, that's your business. But I'm also going for an early double gas because I want to tech up quite early as well. I would, especially on a map, especially on a map like this, where you don't have a corner spawn, so it's very easy to harass the mineral line. I was thinking, let's go Oracle. Whoa, I have some awful hiccups right now. I could really do with a glass of water, guys, but unfortunately, a glass of water is just like too far away from my room right now. I actually need a glass to have that in the first place. Anyway, standard builds. I'm going for a 3-gate. Looks like my opponent on the other side is going for a single gate so far. That is until he gets to scout my base, and then he's probably going to stop droning up for a bit, probing. He's probably going to stop probing up for a bit and try and get that army big enough, because he sees that I am out on the move with my army. At this point, my army is quite deadly at this particular moment, but I do chase him around, making sure that he doesn't put down any pylons, which is pretty important, because it's happened to me before that someone spawns in units from inside my base. Can you believe that? Can you handle the goal that someone would have? I'm saying words that like are out of order, but the goal that someone would actually make a pylon in my base to spawn in units, that is just, no, I find that an insult. Anyway, I go ahead and kill that probe before I use this probe to drop my tech, which is going to be a Stargate. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Oracle time. So I go ahead and do that. Anyway, as I was about to say, like, this pylon is in a really random spot. Like, it is equidistant from his base, so I don't know if he wants to sandwich me in on a single ramp, and on his ramp doing things as players do. He's got 19. That actually means that his income is going to be way higher than mine. We'll go ahead and look. It's a little bit higher. Certainly is enough to allow him to build a base a little quicker, but certainly not enough to be able to do the sort of damage to prevent me from looking after my own base, which I am doing quite well so far by not building any army of any sort. I do accidentally build 2 oracles, but I do cancel the one, because I only really need the one to harass this line over here. He does have a mothership core out, which I think does give him quite a bit of an advantage. I decided not to go for a mothership core because I do need that gas. I need that gas all over the place. I'm actually sitting on quite a bit of gas, so I could have waited a little bit, but I do actually want to use them for stalkers. It's arguable that one is better than the other. Anyway, I go ahead and drop my expansion nice and fast, because if I do attack with that Oracle, I want to make sure that it's worth something and that I do stay ahead in the economy. Even though I'm quite certain at this point that his economy is quite a bit ahead of mine. Sorry guys, the words tumbling in my mouth. I'm finally starting to use this pylon, this forward pylon, to spawn in some units. I'm going to send in this Oracle as soon as he is ready. I'm going to keep these units in position just in case he feels that he's ready to attack while I'm doing this, but I'm hoping that he uses it to defend rather than to attack, because if I can pull his army away, then I can do some damage to some of the buildings that I know are on his ramp on my earlier scout. And I do an enormous amount of damage with this Oracle, guys. Look at this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is counting with Darksinne, everybody. I managed to get almost 17 kills with this Oracle. This is ridiculous, guys. Oracles do so much damage, and they're awesome. At the same time, I do some damage to this Cybercore. I love taking out Cybercore. It means that he's not going to be able to reinforce his army with Stalkers right away, meaning that I can do a lot of damage to my Stalkers and have a bit of a ranged advantage. And if I use my units correctly, I will be able to escape and maybe kite his units around for a bit. At the same time, this Oracle is just going to be chilling out, regenerating some of that beautiful energy. 17 kills, what a hero! I absolutely think that he is the hero unit of this game. So far, you can actually see the income tab is showing that I am quite far ahead at this point, as well as the units lost tab. 125. Did I say units lost? Okay, that is the units lost tab, but I actually want to look at the resources. 1,250 resources lost. That is too much to lose at this point of the game. You know how long it takes to farm that many resources in early game? It is ridiculous. So Oracles, I want to say overpowered because they do so much damage, but at the same time it's so easy to defend against them, and you can almost expect that from a decent Protoss player. You know, I'd like to call myself a decent Protoss player. I could go ahead and mark my army in. I really could have moved them out here, but I do realize that I'm stuck in this time warp and I'm going to lose these units anyway. So I end up losing quite a couple of my units, and I keep forcing him back. I don't know exactly why he pulled back at that point. If he just forced it, he probably could have taken out this army completely, but he does also realize that because of my incredible income that I will be able to reinforce this very quickly. But he does go ahead and try to clip this ramp. He does need to observer here to see where the army is, if there is any sort of army, but I do pull right back, and he sees that I'm spawning in units, so he needs to be very careful of that. At the same time, I'm dropping some more gateways. More gateways means that I'm going to be ahead a little bit more. I do have another Oracle on the way. This Oracle is going to be doing some damage. He's trying to dodge this cannon over here. He gets even more kills. I think he gets up to, does he get to 18, 19, 20? Executor. He gets the Executor rank for being taken out. This one, however, is getting some more kills as well. 3 kills. I really could have cancelled this Pulsar Beam before moving him out of here, because I do realize that this army is on the way, and they're going to be doing some serious damage to me. Unfortunately, I do not get to use that Oracle again for the rest of the game, because he does leave some of his units up here in this top area to defend against that sort of push again. Really got to cancel that because it uses so much energy, guys. It's quite ridiculous. Even more gateways, and I do have my Twilight Council. My Twilight Council is going to allow me to build one of my favorite buildings in the entire damn game. Is the wait, what is it? It's the Templar Archives. That's right, the Templar Archives. Guys, I'm so tired and so thirsty. This cost is just going to be awful. I'm trying to do this as fast as I can because I have a delicious plate of food waiting for me. It's like, I think it's like the equivalent of like the junkiest food you can have in South Africa. It's like, it's a roll that has a Russian sausage in it with some polony, which is like grilled, and then some chips in there as well, and then that is like covered in cheese and tomato sauce. So yeah, that's like death wrapped in a bun. and I'm so ready for that. At the same time, I'm also quite ready to have these 3-gate up, meaning that I'm going to have a lot more units to be able to use to attack. I do also have quite a bit of upgrades. If you look at my units, I have the 1-1 upgrade, and I am going for the additional attack upgrade, and I believe that that is going to be done soon. I do have a Void Ray up because why not? I mean, Void Rays are great. They're great to have around. When will I attack, guys? When is this going to happen? As soon as my Templar Archive finishes, that's when. It seems like my opponent is trying to establish his economy again, and I do try to move in with this Oracle. No, that's a big no-no for me, because I will not be able to attack with that. While he's establishing his economy, I'm building up my army, and while I'm doing that, I'm doing actually both of these things at the very same time. And I still have an enormous biological emergency that needs to happen soon. So the pressure is really building on multiple fronts on my end. Really, it looks like my enemy is going to have a very small army to have to attack. What am I saying? He's going to have a relatively small army to have to defend against this enormous push over here. And I do have an Archon forming as well, so these units are going to be marching up here, trying to take out that pylon. That pylon is going to reduce his ability to reinforce as well, and drop his robot facility and his warp gate. So I do end up losing a few units over here, but my upgrades are incredible, and I'm going to be chowing down on this one, you guys. This is going to be some serious dinner. Oh man, I'm making myself so hungry. And this Archon is doing ridiculous damage. He just completely eats them alive. Just look at that, look at that. What a crazy hit, and there we go. Boom goes the dynamite. Air Penguin is done. He says GG. I say GG, and it was a good game indeed while I was trying to expand. This is what you try to do. You try to force an attack and then expand on the back of that to keep the pressure off of you. Unfortunately, my enemy was unable to do that. I say enemy, he's not quite my enemy, he's just my opponent. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and have an awesome day. Bye!